kicking my ass.
I just banged your wife?
Name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total non-stop impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Non-Stop Impact Podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Non-Stop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Non-Stop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Non-Stop Impact.
We are the Rascals. And you are listening to Total
Non-Stop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Non-Stop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah.
What's up, Impact Wrestling? Let's make some noise!
Sitting here, you guys got a 15-minute intro of putting yourselves over while I'm sitting here and watching Jaybone and Kyle and your 50. I never saw a 15-minute intro of three guys putting themselves over.
This is the good stuff.
Welcome back, everybody, to Total Non-Stop Impact, Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI Network. This is Trent on the road, not local, not at my HD camera, along with my co-host, Jaybone and Marq joining us today. Friend of the show, real good friend of the show, God damn it. Marq, you're basically a cousin of the show. At this point.
Well, thank you very much.
You're a relative now.
Appreciate it. Sunday nights.
Sunday nights. I like that. You are the Sunday night. You're the uncle who comes over on Sunday night to keep an eye on everybody.
Exactly. I'm coming over for dinner without the politics.
Yeah.
I am on the road, guys. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in New Jersey, New York area this weekend. So I just wanted to pop in, just wanted to touch on Xplosion, and then I'm going to tag Marq in officially. It's the Freebird rule tonight, guys. All Freebird style.
Hell yes.
And Marq's a world-class guy. So Freebird rule for modern day, I'm going to say it's a Rascals rule. We'll go that way since it's Impact related. So Rascal / Freebird rule. I'm going to be in for now, and then Marq's going to come in and then take the pin. That's not going to count, and it'll be a dusty finish. And the whole show.
No. Greatest wrestler, worst finish.
Jay looks very confused by this.
We're going to stumble through it.
I only got a couple more of these. You got to take it easy on me, bro.
So I'm going to. I figure if you guys are okay with it, everybody in the chat. I can't see the chat because I don't have my full on my control panel like I usually have here. But I figure we'll talk Xplosion real quick. I'll touch on the two segments, the fresh segments of Xplosion, and then Marq will tag in, and and I can take off, and you guys can talk the news and all that happens with everybody. Fair enough.
Bison. Sounds good.
Bison's even in here today, which is awesome. All right, cool. So hope everybody in the chat's doing okay. I can't see who's in here, but I hope you guys are okay. I saw Adam. Somebody else is popping in, I think, Jay. Don't scare me like this. Who's coming in?
Uh-oh.
Hey, Bill. Bill's on the road.
What's up, Bill?
What's up? Between shows.
This is awesome.
Just finished Bloodsport.
Are you going to another show right now? Is there one more?
There's one more. Paradigm Pro Wrestling goes on at midnight.
Oh, dear God.
On a Sunday night?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane.
Bill, I'm on your time zone today. I'm in Jersey. I'm on your time zone. You're usually
you switched.
Whoa. I didn't go central enough. I'm in Indianapolis still, outside the Marion County Fairgrounds.
Okay.
But yeah, still on East Coast. So.
Oh, you're still on East Coast. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sounds good. Well, Bill, I was going to say I'm going to talk Xplosion real quick, and then I'm going to tag out. Marq's going to take over, and then they'll talk the news in the open forum tonight. So if you
All
guys
right.
are cool,
Sounds
let me
good.
jump into Xplosion real quick. Featured match. Another so XXXL solo match this week. Again, Acey and Rhino. And
Very cool.
I do like I love big man match. I'm a big fan of the behemoth match. Like the whole like bumping in the middle. You guys, you take the rope now. And,
love it.
You know, trying to move the guy. But I want to ask you, Mark, why solo match for Larry last week and now solo match for Acey this week?
Dude, because Impact is smart in building off of Wrestle House. So they're still continuing to feature these guys. And since we already know that Xplosion is building to something bigger, even if it's just a little bit bigger than its current incarnation,
right?
I have a feeling we're going to start to see storylines tie in more and more. Remember when it was Fulton and Ace for 3 weeks in a row or whatever, and now look at Fulton and Ace. I think we're getting the same thing here. Possibly a split. Did Larry lose last week? I don't remember.
Larry?
He did.
He did? Okay. And Rhino went over this time.
Rhino went over this week. Yeah.
So, and you know what I do before anybody hates on the old ECW dudes, Rhino can still go. This match was badass. Dude, I have no problem Rhino going over anyone on the roster at this point until he proves otherwise. Dude's fantastic.
I'm 100% with you because Jaybone and I have talked about this, and Bill kind of contest this because he's been at the arena shows back in the day. Rhino doesn't age.
Yeah,
he looks the same that he did, like he did in 99, 2000.
It's because he looked weathered in 99.
Hell yeah, man.
He still has his hair. You know, he still has the muscle. He still has the quads, the shiny quads.
He can still tell a story in the ring. He can still work, you know?
Yes.
He's one of those guys where you literally just say, I need a great match on the card that's going to be solid to anchor a show.
Yep.
Rhino is your guy. Anybody you put in there with him.
100%.
I thought he had a great match with Acey. This was a really good solo match to show what Acey can do. And remember, this is filmed before Acey lost 100 pounds.
Yeah, and he did that drop kick. Still.
He did that drop kick.
Yeah, it was like a basement drop kick. A little bit higher.
They did mention the Sports Illustrated article where he had lost that already.
Oh,
so
you're right.
He's in the process of losing more. He and Larry are actually losing a lot of weight. They did mention it, though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's a matter of the post. He was probably not at the 100 point at this point, maybe like 50, 75, whatever it was. But yeah, you're right, Jay. He had lost some. But Larry also is down. And I've been joking that these guys are going to be called XL by the end of the year at this point.
Oh, totally.
It's fantastic. Bill, did you get a chance to see it on the road?
I did. I did take a look at it. I only did, obviously, this match and the interview. I didn't do any of the throwback or what we've seen before. I kept it tight. But no, I thought it was a good match. It is interesting. You said it about the both weeks they went with members of XXXL. So is there going to be something going on with them? I know before, like, I think, especially, we just have so many tag teams now. I think they could be maybe at least entertaining the singles run options for both of them.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see it. I think you're gonna see a tease of the singles run eventually. I think this was you're dipping your toe in the water. But what do you guys think, Mark? What do you think? Do you think we need them to go solo, or is it? Yeah. What do you think?
They just put them together, and to be really honest with you, I remember we were having this conversation 8 months ago. And I don't think a lot of people were on board with Acey or Larry yet. They weren't getting spotlighted. They put them together into XXXL, and all of a sudden we had some substance. They got storylines. Honestly, I don't think the story's been built enough to split them up yet, personally.
That's what I was thinking. It's like, what's your split point?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to split off of other than the fact that you have a lot of tag teams that are vying right now, and they just kind of get muddied in, but you need something to break them up. But the eventual feud would be great too, though, by the way. The matches, which we saw Jaybone in Chicago, Larry and Acey did have a match, which was fantastic.
It was, two big guys just clobbering the shit out of each other. They had I'd call it a 5-star match. It was amazing.
Jay fell in love with that match. I remember Jay was like, dude, that was awesome.
I became true fans of both guys that night. Even connected with Larry D. I've talked about that on here. It was great main event.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But the greatest main event of the evening was you playing live. I gotta say that.
Oh, thank you, buddy. What you guys can catch on YouTube, by the way. Just type in Hemi Impact Wrestling, whole playlist right up. Anyway.
Come on, Impact Plus. Where's the director's cut?
You know, that's what pisses me off. That show didn't get put on Plus. And it's like they didn't get the good film crew for it. I don't know why. Because it was a featurette show with like non-Impact talent. But seeing as how Acey, Larry, Kylie, and maybe some others coming up ended up on the roster, it would have been really wise to get a really quality cut of that show for their records. You know,
yeah.
And I think it's a shame they didn't. You know, even myself, an HD cut would have been real nice, Josh Matthews. Just saying.
I don't know. I don't even know what they were using for cameras that night. I saw some guy running around the ring with a phone. I have no idea.
Phone at some point. That's a hard. There was like a second. I know who's got clips is the Wrestling with the Unicorns. Who I think, Bill, you're probably seeing them running around the ring all day last 2 days.
Yes, yeah, they were at a lot of the shows the past couple days. They were just at Bloodsport. I think that might be the first show they were at today. But they were doing a lot of shows the last couple days.
Cool. Well, yeah, they got some stuff. I gotta tap them for some more clips at some point. But yeah, no, this is a great match. I think the eventual turn or the break of XXXL could lead to some good stuff. I'm not opposed to it, but like Mark said, there's nothing there to do that just yet. There's no justifiable reason to break them up at this point. That's another one, dog. That B-Dog. It's like the North is another one people keep talking about. Like, is it time to go solo? Is it time to give these guys a singles run? They've done singles. They do singles on the indies a lot. There's a lot of talk.
Yeah.
I'll let you.
Yeah, I saw them do one tag match the last couple days, but a lot of singles matches for both of them.
I've heard a lot of singles. I heard Josh was really shining. There was a little controversy on a couple of things. I know his wife said a few things, so we'll talk about that at some point.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, his wife got on Twitter and she was not happy about a few things that happened during his match, I guess, or one of his matches. So I'm gonna find out some more info. I'm gonna investigate a bit and then we'll talk about it.
Cool.
Let's
Tuesday
talk
night.
Nevaeh, then I'm gonna
Tuesday night
for sure. Let's talk Nevaeh. Then I'm gonna hand it over to you guys and I'm gonna cut out.
That's fine.
Interesting. She mentions the Madison Rayne connection and Shimmer, by the way, which I thought was cool.
Which she was on today. I saw her earlier today.
Oh, she was beautiful. Her interview was cool. I wanted it to be a little longer, but did you guys catch this? Mark, did you catch this? They allude to Jake Christ, but don't mention Jake Christ.
Yeah.
What I thought was a little
I don't think everyone's hoping for this BFG surprise with Jake Christ, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, does everybody want Jake? I mean, man, talk about wrong place, wrong time, right? Just a victim of bad luck. But do we see a way he returns without it being? I don't know
what you
bullshit. Yeah.
I don't know how you even make it make sense. I mean, you can make it make sense. You could justify it with the story, I'm sure, but I don't know. The fact that they didn't even mention his name, like the guy was your X Division champion, he just left unceremoniously without reason, just left. How do you not mention you're the wife of Jake Christ? Like that was such a layup. You mentioned her and Madison Rayne's history.
Yeah.
Total bummer, man. That put the nail in the coffin for me. I don't think Jake is coming back. So
yeah.
I agree. As we heard from Penzer, he pretty much gets free reign to do whatever on those interviews, and you can tell like that was probably something was like, do not state that, do not let that. You can allude to it, but don't come out there and actually say it. So that was put in place. Yeah, it's not looking good. If I thought the odds were whatever percent they were, they're very low. They're probably single digits right now.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Agreed.
I think we're pretty much. You can consider, and I think it's a shame because the guy didn't do anything.
At least for now. Next year, who knows? But in no time in the near future.
I do know that Sammy is pushing hard to get him back in some way.
Yeah, all over social media. I mean, he's tagging him. He's tagging his bosses and everything. The guy's trying.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
working for his fam.
It could work out. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, and he didn't do anything wrong. Give it a little bit of time. Maybe come next year and all of this is, again, he's got nothing to be ashamed of, at least not that was, out there publicly. His brother's his brother. He was caught in a bad situation with the Joey Ryan thing, the cancel culture.
Yeah.
Sucks to be Jay Christ,
And Mark, I'm going to let you talk about that forum.
Wait, sorry, you cut out, Trent.
I'll let you talk about the Joey Ryan text you sent me.
Oh, Jesus. That guy.
I'll let you talk about it on the open forum because I'm curious what the listeners think about that one.
Oh, dear God. I'm scared.
Jesus.
This is ridiculous, Jay.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I want this to be up either part 2 because I feel like there's so much more to say. Like, you barely scratched any surface with Nevaeh just now. And she's so new. So
it was a nice little quick, few minute interview to talk about some history. Like she did several years. She's done several years in Shimmer. She's been around for 15 years. I mean, so she's a hell of a veteran. And it sounds like being in Impact Wrestling, she really feels like she's made it now. And that's an incredible thing to hear from people on the rosters, because so many people still, don't count, Impact Wrestling as anything. And it's like, it's worldwide.
Well, I'm glad for her. I think she's getting a chance to shine. She's beautiful. She talks well. I think she could be a great asset to the division, man. I think you keep building it. She's definitely she's a veteran who got there late, but you can use her like that. That's what I'm saying. You can use her as that veteran. Turn her bitter. Turn her like, hey, I've been doing this 15 years. Who the fuck is Kylie Ray? Like, I don't know who Kylie Ray is. A 3-year girl. And then have her feud with some of the young girls. Jordan Grace, what have you been doing it for 5 years, honey? I mean, at this 15. Like, you can really get mileage out of something like this.
Oh yeah. I mean, her and Havoc can just rip apart that division.
That's what I'm saying. They're huge veterans, and if you use them as such,
after Tasha and Kiara have their go with the belt.
But no, that's a great episode. I like the new stuff. Again, we keep petitioning for more matches and more content for Xplosion to be original. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, this match was a great one. This was a fantastic match. I enjoyed it.
It was. I loved it. I thought the match was great. The interview was great. I want more out of Nevaeh. I think we gotta just expand around the ring. Like, skip the recap, expand around the ring. That's it. Like, give me some more. Get rid of the flashback. Just 2 matches longer around the ring.
And one more thing on the around the ring, they need to promote that on the social and talk about around the ring. Even if I don't have time, if it was like, say, Taya, I might make time that week if I didn't have it to check out Xplosion real quick. It only takes, you can watch the whole original content of the show in 15, 20 minutes.
15 minutes. That's
that's it. That's it.
And Bill, I think we're the only ones who talk about around the ring. I think Penzer even said it to us one time. Like, he's like, you guys are the ones who actually, like, you guys really talk about it every week or something.
That's right.
Totally.
So I like that we're doing that. We'll keep pushing for it. But hey, like you said, 15 minutes, the new content, you can get it in and out. It's really a quick, easy watch. So we'll keep pushing. But guys, let me hop out. I'm gonna cut out. Bill, are you sticking on?
Yeah, I'll still go on for a little bit because got my cohort, as you saw the other night. Got someone back here.
Hold on. I'll get close. What's going on? Is that Kyle down at the bottom?
No, that's not Kyle.
I need glasses. I'm getting old. What do you want me to tell you? And never mind, Bill's got me on this new regimen of non-stop wrestling, especially when there's impact stars involved. Man, I can't move. I'm not allowed to leave my seat. I got to sit there and represent. I just want you all to know, great job, man. I'm going to head on. I'm going back to the treehouse. Peace.
That's what I'm talking about.
The Dave dropping.
That's what I'm
talking
talking
get a name
about.
dropping at least once a month. So Jay, put the ticker up, please. That's something I know I'm big on. Put the ticker up.
I made it earlier. I forgot to put it up. Yes.
Throw that up there. I want to shout out Lakers. His favorite team just won the NBA title, so I'll give our boy Lakers a shout out. Mark, I think that's not a comment that he wants to join you. Just Mark. I want to hang with Mark in the treehouse and celebrate the Lakers win, is what he said. So
I'm down. I'm always down.
Very nice. Very nice.
You guys talk, open form, everything. I appreciate everybody hanging with me. I'm gonna go back to hanging out with my buddy Mike, and we're chilling. I'm out of here tomorrow because I'll see everybody Tuesday. Here's Mike right here. Look at this. Here, this is Mike. Look at Mike. This is Mike. Jaybone, Marq, Bill's on the road in Indiana right now. So this is Mike. He's my little brother right here. I've known him for 12
Keep the Northeast proud.
Yes. Bill's from Philly.
Look at this lighting. You got the lighting set up to make you look great, but I'm just washing everything out.
My lighting.
He's learning the lighting game.
That's why I do this. That's why I do this.
Well, you could always just reflect off my head here.
That's right.
If you need some lighting reflection right there.
I get the hell out of here. This is my show. All right? This is my show. Get the hell out of here. All right.
Hey, Trent, tell your buddy if he puts his head next to mine, we make a great looking ass.
There you go. On that note, Jaybone will be here all week. Literally, we'll be back Tuesday and then Thursday again. I'll see you guys all on Tuesday. Mark, you want to join for throwback this week? We have no guests. If you want to hop on with us,
I'm down. Let's do it.
I'm
caught up. I'm still following along. So yeah.
Number 46 this week, guys. So, but anyway, big show Tuesday for Impact on Access. Bill, drive safe. Be safe going home. Again, shout out to
you too, Trent.
Yep. Fly safe.
Yes.
Wear your mask.
I have masks on at all times, anywhere I went. So.
Good.
Making Mark happy. I know Mark saw my ass about being safe. I'm being safe.
Good. All right, Trent. Thanks for dropping in.
All guys. I'll talk to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for joining. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you Tuesday. These guys are going to take over. Open forum. Mark, show them. Talk about that picture. It's fucking crazy.
All right.
Oh, I got a picture for you guys too. All right, take care, Trent. Right. We'll talk to you Tuesday.
All righty. Bye.
See you, Trent.
Bye.
Later, bro. All right, that was Trent from the road. As we wrap up this explosion,
sorry, Jaybone.
Oh, it's all right. I was just going to mention the throwback. I actually did it. It was really fun. It was a funny throwback. I just want to quick talk about it for a minute. The flashback was Abyss and Sting versus AJ Styles and Tomko, the Christian Coalition. At Victory Road 2007. What'd you guys think of this one?
I'd never seen it before. I thought it was great. I love Sting in this era. Like anytime I can see Sting is good for me. So, the match itself, Tomko, I'm not that familiar with. I don't really know him that well.
Tomko was a big man, had some ability. They used him a lot in this era. He was used a lot. They were really, I think, trying to put him over as like kind of a monster but it really didn't work out. Sadly, I think he just didn't have the storylines to really get there. But this is really, I guess, the peak for Tomko during this time with this stuff with the coalition there.
Yeah, I mean, this is his second run in different big companies. He spent some time in the WWF, and then he. Or E, I guess it was called by then. And then he was in TNA, and then he went back to the E, and then back to TNA for a real short run on a few Xplosion matches, and then he got in some legal trouble, or illegal trouble, I should say, and he retired just a few years ago.
Well, that's the guy that definitely looked the part. He fits the mold of if you put in. Create a superstar. He has the look.
Yeah, big time, especially in that era with the tattoos and the whole look. I think Elijah mentioned in the chat that he was with Christian. I do remember him now, but I stopped watching in 08 or something like that, 07. So I think I missed most of his career.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was I really enjoyed him as I don't know. I was just really attracted to big, bald, scary looking dudes. Goldberg, Stone Cold, Tomko, Nathan Jones, all those dudes. I loved them all. You know, it's like,
Abdullah the Butcher. Yeah.
you know, he was on another level. I mean, he was like Saturday night at the drive-in at the the XXX scary horror bloodbath film fest kind of guy, you know.
Yeah, I remember seeing pictures in magazines of him when I was a kid, being like, "Holy shit, what is this?"
Oh,
like, I wasn't seeing that dude on TV, you know.
If you didn't have a caption, you couldn't even tell who it was. It was just all blood, you know.
Yeah,
classic, man. And then there was the North versus Austin and Madman Fulton, ending in the 4-team brawl at the very end of the episode of this Xplosion. And that was a fun main event, leading into a great Bound for Glory 4-way between the North, the Good Brothers, Ace and Fulton, and the Motor City Machine Guns defending. That's Xplosion. Let's shall we get into some news?
Yes, news. But we have to play. I know it's Sunday night, but in honor of my being here, we got to play the J-Bones news.
You got to play your own news bite. Sorry,
you got to.
All right, here we go.
Charity Christmas.
And now, my own news, featuring me, I guess. Take it away.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
There you go.
I never introduced myself. That went horribly. I'll never do that again.
That was perfect. You sell yourself short, my friend.
I didn't put any bass in it like Trent does. Be like, ladies and gentlemen,
Jaybone
and his bullshit news. So all right, so I got a few things, and then we'll turn it over to the chat for some open discussion. Bill, I'm not sure how much longer we have you for, but you are more than welcome to stay till whenever.
Whenever. I'll see. I'm looking at the doors. They haven't opened yet for the late night show, so I'm still good.
Bill, you are crazy.
I do want to address one thing. So for those of you who saw the Smash This Podcast Instagram a little earlier tonight, I revealed a surprise I got from my wife, and I want to share that real quick.
No.
So there's Mrs. Jaybone with a treat of sorts that she brought home for me. This is in my office here. And as you can see at the bottom of the picture here, the count of
300?
The bag. Yeah, I thought the one she got before was the biggest one at 180. No, there's a bigger one. And I'm kicked back. Hang on. And so I'm kicked back in my seat like this, and she tosses it on top of my chest. And I was like, Jiminy Christmas woman, are you trying to kill me? So I had, this like laying around, had some old candy in it from like a couple of years ago that I'd been picking out of for like a while. And the whole damn thing actually fits in here. So that's 300 right there.
Perfect.
It's unbelievable. It's like bigger than my head. It's like two of my head. It's ridiculous. So we're going to pull a handful out just for, testing purposes to make sure they're okay.
The real deal.
Make sure they're legit.
So
it's Halloween season. You check the candy.
I had to test a new bag of candy earlier too, if you know what I mean.
I mean, it's canceled around here, and I feel bad for kids because it's like, and they're gonna grow up and they'll be like, "Wow, what's this Halloween holiday?" Well, kids, back when we were little, we used to go from door to door and ask people for candy. And
what's this Halloween gimmick, Daddy?
And the kids of the future are going to be like, wow, mom, dad, that's really fucked up. Why did you do that? Were you homeless? You know, it's just the whole holiday is going to completely go to shit.
There are
anyways,
a lot of emojis. Okay. Wait, I am going to field a question. Sorry, I'm going to interject real quick for donut lovers because he's asked multiple times. Xplosion, I don't know why it's not on. I tuned in too, and I was like, where the hell's Xplosion this week? Does anybody know?
Oh, like on the Impact Twitch?
Yeah. What was up with that?
We stopped doing it a few weeks ago just because we're doing between the TNI stuff and my own stuff. It's just too much. And honestly, we weren't getting a ton of watch alongs for it, and it's like we review it. So I don't know what, I mean, they've changed the time a couple times over the last few months with depending on original programming that they've had throughout the week. I don't know. I haven't heard anything official from them. Bill, have you heard anything?
So I have not. So Mark, you haven't found it on the normal. It's not playing Wednesdays, right?
No.
Or like early evening. So I'm hoping, because as Jay just said, the issue we were having, as well as Impact honestly was having, was not a ton of viewers that time that they were airing it that first time during the week.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's self-inflicted by them because they don't promote it nearly at all. Like their socials don't go, like only really if you subscribe on Twitch is the only notification you're going to get. And I think they do put on their schedule on the Twitch channel. So I'm not sure if that's changed on their Twitch channel. There's about their schedule. But if I'm them and I'm putting it maybe at a new time, hey, maybe try it out Thursday night. Put it on Saturday morning, because that's what I think Xplosion is a Saturday morning wrestling show.
I mean,
put it on there and push it. Push it way more than they do now.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that 100%. They also have an audience that's accustomed to tuning in on Friday nights. I know most of us didn't love it, but hey, if you're going to move to a Friday night, you've got the right core audience to do it. I'd follow,
No, honestly, and you know what? This is the Impact Plus show we do every week. Tag Impact, the Impact Plus Twitter account. Let them know where is Xplosion. Yep. Let us know. Give us a schedule. Let's get it out there. Tag us in it. We'll get answers. You have questions, we'll get you answers.
You want t-shirts made? We'll get them made.
We'll get them made.
You're right.
Uh-oh. Look at that. Bill repping on the road.
So for those of you who partook in the Pro Wrestling Tees fall sale, thank you very much. Or if you're supporting your favorite wrestler from Pro Wrestling Tees, hey, whatever you're supporting, thank you. Support pro wrestling, support us, support whatever. But the sale goes on for one more hour, I believe.
Ooh.
So last chance to get that. I don't know what the keyword is. It pops up as soon as you log into or bring up.
I believe it's fall.
Is it fall? Well, that's easy to remember then. But yeah, that the thing pops up as soon as you go on Pro Wrestling Tees. So there you go. So, but yeah, go get you some wrestling merch. I've seen a few new T-shirts out there promoted from a few different wrestlers. They look tremendous. That new Wentz one with the Lost Boys theme.
Dude, that Rascal shirt is so sick.
Yeah, that's cool. I might have to get that Rascal shirt. That's a cool Rascal shirt.
Yeah, I have the Teen Titans variant cover of that in comics, and I will get this shirt to put with the comic.
There you go.
Sick. So sick.
And Lost Boys is my favorite movie, so I might have to get that one someday. I can't get it now, but it's on my to-do list. So, all right. So, let's see what else is here. All right.
Bring up the Joey Ryan picture.
Oh, are we okay? Well,
can you go to his Instagram or Twitter real quick?
Oh, this is like something that's on social media.
Yeah.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas.
Oh, yeah. And then I want to hear chat's thoughts. This Joey Ryan, man, he just doubling down doesn't even begin to describe it, really.
Oh, are we talking about what's at the top of his?
No, with the picture of him as a kid.
The confirmation.
Yeah, the altar boy picture.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh yeah. Bill, have you seen this?
I have not seen this. I've been
busy.
I put an Instagram picture up today, but it's stuff. It's pretty much been wrestling or sleep.
And mostly wrestling, right? You're all out
Mostly
of sleep.
Wrestling. Not a whole lot of sleep.
This is what you're referring to?
Oh, Bison, I agree with you, but come on, man. We got to talk about it. He was one of our dudes, right? Like, and now he's just a bag of shit. But man,
all right,
crazy.
Here's the picture.
There's little Joey.
So this is his confirmation pick, and this is his old class. Oh my God, this has to be from like approximately same time that I got confirmed, like way
Same
back
here,
in the day.
yeah. Same.
Oh my God, like way back in the day. So yeah, I don't understand like he's got to be like trying really hard to like clear himself here.
Is that what this is though? I don't understand. That's what I don't get, right? So who is he appealing to and what is he looking for? He's not going to get absolution from the wrestling community. Guarantee it. Like, what's the point?
No, I mean that
that
kind of stuff. I'm not saying he can't. But that kind of stuff takes time. He went from the speaking out movement to now showing Bible verses in people's conversations and this. So yeah, I mean, and I'm not okay. So I want to say this. I'm a man of faith, okay? And I'm not going to knock the man's faith, but going from being accused of, damn near rape, in some cases, to showing this off, I mean, what are you doing? I mean, there is some kind of like radical behavior going on here.
That's what I don't like. He's clearly using it as a prop, right? Like, I'm not questioning his personal faith either way. Maybe he is devout, but he's using it clearly as a prop for something here.
Yeah. There's a proper way to go about atoning for whatever he did. And I don't even know what he did. I heard things. I'm not going to talk about specific things because it's not my right to, that's on him. That's something, whatever he did. So, but damn, yeah. I mean, geez Louise, what a hot mess of a thing here.
Yeah.
So, anything else you wanted to say about this?
No, looks like nobody wants to hear about Joey Ryan anymore, which, okay, I'm with that. I'm with that. I just found this to be really offensive today when I saw it. Like it's just this use of his purported faith as a prop to get in good with. I liked the comment in chat someone made about, I forgot he was like suing Penelope Ford and Page, or I don't know, I forget who, but anyways, that maybe he's doing this to set himself up in the eyes of like a jury or a judge or whatever. So maybe that's the angle. I just was really confused by this entire thing.
Oh, something. He's doing something all right.
Yeah.
So,
hey guys, I'm not heading out, but I'm gonna walk into the venue real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna stay live with you guys though.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, what do whatever you got to do, man. I don't want you to miss. What is the last one you're doing?
Paradigm Pro Wrestling. So I'm gonna just walk in the door while there's no line.
Okay.
And the show starts at midnight, you said, Bill? So about 40 minutes?
I believe so, yeah. So I got time.
Oh,
that's
my goodness.
Crazy start time.
That is super late. So, all right. So some interesting stuff I saw online earlier today. So apparently during, here, I'll share the article just in case anybody else had this issue. This is a message from Impact Wrestling on Impact Plus. It says, during work in a major upgrade to Impact Plus, several subscriptions were erroneously canceled. Impact Plus apologizes to the fans who were inconvenienced. We will be reaching out to you directly and we'll make this up to you. So, Now, me personally, I got an email like a handful of days ago that said,
Wait, I see you guys now. Oh, nice.
Mine was updated. Like I was just on it today watching this content. So I personally didn't have any problems, but if anybody else had any problems in the last 24 to 48 hours trying to log in, that explains what's happening. All right, what else
Impact
we got here? Kimberly has a new, I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get in trouble, but Kimberly has her new theme song on their YouTube channel. You can go over to the Impact Plus YouTube channel and go check it out. The crown jewel of the knockouts. She has some new stuff. What else we got here in the news? We've got an updated card, excuse me, for Bound for Glory. In the last couple days, we've had some official, I mean, we kind of knew these were happening, but they're official now. Eddie Edwards will face Ken Shamrock with Sami Callihan in his corner for one. And the other one that got listed. Oh, where'd you go? There it is. Official EC3 battles Moose in an undisclosed location at Bound for Glory.
Very interesting. Cinematic, maybe?
That's kind of what I'm thinking, considering almost all this content that we've had leading up to this has been. Especially recently with the attacks, the belt. What's coming up this Tuesday is all going to be like in some location. Looks like they're one guy's, hi Dave. One guy's on one end of a bridge. One guy's at another end of a bridge with some John Carpenter music playing in the background. Looks epic. So yeah, the card for Bound for Glory is going. Do you think it's just going to be a cinematic thing, or do you think it's going to be they're going to even do something to the effect of it's going to take place with something having to do with Ring of Honor?
Oh yeah. That's my guess. Yeah. I feel like cinematic, yes. Does it end up at Ring of Honor? Yes. Like, I don't know where the big picture is here, but it's clear that we're going to see something. We know who was there. We know they taped stuff there, right? Like, I mean, there's just a certain amount of real information we know outside of like what we're supposed to know. So we can make some educated guesses, right? Like I see in the chat too, some other people think Maryland as well. I was kind of hoping for like the Impact Zone or the Asylum, but it's looking more like it's going to be Baltimore.
Well, yeah, because that one where Moose found EC3's map where all the different things were leading to Baltimore, they have not mentioned Baltimore since. So that's the big question is, does this all culminate somewhere surrounding Ring of Honor? Now, I'm fine with that if that's truly what's happening, if it becomes some kind of collaboration, I'm fine with that. It expands the wrestling universe a little bit, I trust the guys in charge of this. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
Let Bill go this time. Are you with us, Bill?
Hey guys, all right, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. I just made my way back outside again real quick.
Okay.
That's fine.
Can you repeat that one more time, Jay? But I was just going through the door.
say if this does culminate somewhere or something having to do with Ring of Honor, your thoughts on that? Because like if the whole thing, all points leading on that map to Baltimore.
Yeah. And I know some of the fake wrestling news confirmed he was there. So they're doing some kind of storyline for sure. I know Aries had the belt collector in Ring of Honor, so it feels, especially with the vignette that I know that Ring of Honor played, very similar to the one in Impact. So I think it's going to be that same storyline, but it feels like it is just I know some people were worried that could be EC3 is going to Ring of Honor type stuff. It's a good kind of tease, a red herring, if you will, because he's definitely it's going to be a 1 or 2 off, maybe an episode of TV. But what he's going to do there is going to be interesting because maybe it has to do with the TNA belt. Maybe because right now, obviously, there's a funeral for it, but I don't think any of us are really believing that. So,
well,
maybe that plays into it.
It appears at this next episode of Impact Wrestling, he's actually holding it at one end of a bridge, and not to give away any spoilers, but it's in the tease promo for this coming week. Moose is on one side, EC3's on another. Now, I've been catching up on some Ring of Honor stuff over the weekend. For those of you who have not watched any, the Pure tournament that they've just recently brought back, it's a championship that they haven't had around since 2006, apparently. It's actually been some really good wrestling. If you don't want any gimmicks and you just want just down and dirty, gritty, mat wrestling, it's great. It's not bad. I've seen some new faces that I'd love to see again, but not to put over Ring of Honor, but they did play a promo, something very similar to EC3 when he became a free agent, the same one that played for Impact Wrestling. It played for Ring of Honor as well in a recent episode. So he's absolutely on his way to do what? We don't know yet.
Yeah, it could be anything, honestly. Like, this storyline can go anywhere. I know some people have been a little, let's just say, antsy about that it's maybe being pushed too long, that it's a very long burn. But sometimes when it's a really long burn, you get that payoff. And I think that's what we're going to get here. I don't think they're just going to give you what you thought you would have got 6 weeks ago just to do it then and just stretch it out. There's got to be more to this. And hopefully this Tuesday we find out.
Yeah, and I think it all has to culminate with this stuff with Ring of Honor, which is maybe why it also lasted this long. Like, they had to time everything around, like, okay, air stuff for this at this time, this segment here, this segment for Ring of Honor here, and it's all got a timeline to it. So I'm guessing that's part of it as well.
Yeah. Well, and this whole storyline could be as a result of the current difficulties in the world and in the business. Maybe something like this wouldn't have happened if not for what's going on. Maybe they got together and said, "Hey, let's try and reinvigorate some interest in our respective products by, I don't know, talent swap, storyline crossover. Who knows? Who knows?"
And I think it also has to do with whatever EC3 wants to accomplish in his post WWE run. He probably doesn't want to go just one place. He wants to dabble a little here, dabble a little there, and just kind of keep people guessing. And there's nothing wrong with that. For once, we have no fucking clue what's going on with him, instead of getting, spoilers 10 weeks ahead of time from some dumbass who spoiled it.
Yeah, it's not just the length, though, for me personally, because I have been one of the detractors of this particular storyline because I was really excited. Everybody was. I think EC3 had the most excitement coming in at Slammiversary. And it's not that it's been taking too long. It's that there's been so little interaction. The interactions have been solid, but it's just been a bit here and there. We've only seen EC3 in a ring, twice, delivering a single move. It's like, man, I think we're all just chomping at the bit because we like him so much, not because we don't trust Impact. It's just like, come on, get this guy back in our ring,
Oh, yeah, you want to see some preliminary stuff leading into this with him, taking out somebody. But we are not getting that. Unless it happens on another stage, but we'll have to wait and see. Well, we got
hey guys, I think I got to get back in there. So
right,
if I have some time, I'll jump back. But if not, I'll see you guys later. Catch me on the road. I'll probably still be on the road on Tuesday, so I'll be checking in back
Dear
in
God.
God.
Be safe, man.
Be safe.
Later, guys.
See ya.
Take care. And is Bill from the road. Oh my God, Acey's nipple is right below you. that picture, that was just perfect. Oh my God, what are you doing to Acey? That was horrible. And there's no change. Well, I suppose we could do this, but no, we'll keep it interesting. We'll see if the video gets pulled for exposing Acey's nipple in an awkward way on the video. For those of you listening audibly, it's because of how the pictures are laid out on the StreamYard format as we are live on there as well. All right, so that's the updated card. Just to backtrack. No, Zach, I'm not going to allow Mark to motorboat Acey in the picture and completely derail this. That's just wrong. It's
Lakers rules.
so many levels of wrong. So the updated card, I just want to backtrack just a little bit. The whole Shamrock and Eddie Edwards match is now official. Mark, what do you think about those two facing off at Bound for Glory?
Oh man, I think we're totally going to see Lish's revenge. We're definitely going to see some Lish in this match. With Sammy out there, Eddie's going to need an equalizer. So I think we're going to see Lish come out and get involved, which will be cool. Maybe.
I've never thought of as Alicia Edwards, his wife, as an equalizer. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You're like on paper, someone else out there. Okay.
Yeah. Or well, I mean, I guess it is Shamrock's retirement match, so maybe we don't get that. I don't know. I feel like Eddie needs an equalizer. Or he's walking into a complete mauling here.
And that's just another thing I wanted to talk. I'm not like poo-pooing the whole match. It's just if this is his last match, we don't know, but if this is his last match, I'm going to just in my mind, I'm going to take out the whole Sammy thing, and if that's what we're getting is just a knockdown, drag out fight between Eddie and Shamrock, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to overthink this storyline wise. It's just Sammy trying to bring back the monster that is Ken Shamrock and just have him refocused. I think that's what's going on here.
Well, and let's putting Sammy in this. I made some comments on Twitter earlier because I saw somebody tweet that Sammy should be on the BFG card, which sure, agreed. Sammy's amazing. We all love him. But the nice thing about him is you can put him anywhere on the card, even as a manager or ringside during a match, and he's going to shine because he doesn't need a belt or a title chase. Sammy's just that solid of a performer. So him being out there for this match honestly has me more interested. Shamrock is still just shredded as hell, and he takes way more risks than a dude his age should be, but let's face it, he's still limited, so we're going to need Sammy out there to get involved. And let's face it, Sammy and Eddie have a great history, and this is probably going to lead into more of that, which I'm pretty sure we're all down for.
Yeah. Donut, if you got a question for Wild Bill, you can hit him up on social media. If you got a question for him, he'll or just wait till he'll be back. Hopefully sometime on Tuesday. We'll see what his schedule entails. Bison says it's disappointing that Sammy don't have a match, so it has to be something more. Or why would Sammy be there? Well, Sammy said in the last promo that he and Shamrock are best friends. I'm sorry. I tried to say that with a straight face.
Well, and when he said that too, they got 450,000 likes.
No, dude, that number's way off. It was 45 billion.
A billion. Okay, it wasn't 450,000. Wait, 4,500? 450 million.
45 billion.
Excellent. Yeah, no, yours is really good, Jaybone. You're not Trent level, but I tell you what, it's getting there.
It hurts because you really gotta strain like your neck is taking a shit. It's I don't know. It's Sunday night, folks. I'm trying to keep this on the tracks. It's slowly, actually, very quickly.
Oh, Sunday night. It's for chilling, Jaybone.
It is. It's unstressed. I was just hoping, Kalon would be on here so he could do his tremendous intro of all intros. Welcome to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans. Jim out. That's my best KL. There you go. I'm here all week.
I did message him and tell him to jump in, but that was 30 minutes ago. So
I did too. He never gets back to me,
Yeah.
And then I get a random call during the day, like, "Hey, dude," or he'll leave me a voicemail and be like, "Dad, I'm in jail. I need bail money." It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Hey, Dad, I'm in jail.
Is he really my son? One thing that I do want to bring up in discussion, and I want to hear the chat chime in on this too. I don't know if you saw this on the YouTube channel. It's also featured on the here, I'll do a little share screen-a-rooney. It's the last thing I wanted to share from the news. So oops, almost. This is something that was featured on the YouTube channel. It's also here on ImpactWrestling.com. DK versus Broken Hardys, Bound for Glory watch along. They have Crazy Steve and Rosemary together rewatching this from was it 4 years ago? Bound for Glory 2016. And they're just kind of reacting to the match that they had versus the Hardys. Now, what's interesting here, and you guys can watch this whenever you have time after this. What's interesting here is it's a bit of a reunion of sorts, between Rosemary and Crazy Steve. Now, Rosemary's getting married to Johnny Bravo. We all know that goofy ass storyline that's going on. A lot of different players involved. Do we see DK officially reforming at this wedding? Do you think Crazy Steve is going to become a factor somehow at Bound for Glory? What do you think, Mark?
I don't. I think that this was just for the watch along. I saw this as well. I haven't watched it yet. I mean, I'm not opposed to DK reunion. Like, that would be cool. I don't know. I just don't see any story set up really. Like, they briefly interacted during Wrestle House or before Wrestle House. Did you watch this? Is it in kayfabe or not? I don't know. Probably not, right? The watch along.
Well, Crazy Steve and especially Rosemary, everything you see them do outside of the ring is still in character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the exception of one Crazy Steve interview I saw recently with Tommy Dreamer on the House of Hardcore podcast, and I was actually just him talking.
And he was out of character? Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, but everything I've ever seen Rosemary in, she's always been in character.
Yeah.
And like if somebody has her on for an interview, she's got the makeup, everything, you know, and just talking creepy and scary as hell. So it's interesting to watch them react to this. And I don't know. I think it certainly could lead to something. I know a lot of people assume this as soon as Crazy Steve was brought back.
Yeah.
During this last, I should say the first taping during when the pandemic went full swing and all shows got canceled and they started doing these tapings,
Yeah.
I say, why not? I'm not sure what would happen if they have someone like join them, like maybe Bravo goes dark and puts on some makeup and completely checks out from, you know, having a soul or something. I don't know. I mean, I'll be, you know, we're all having some chuckles watching along with all this wedding stuff leading up to Bound for Glory. But you know what? I have a feeling something like way dark is going to happen at Bound for Glory, and we're all going to shit our pants watching this wedding.
Probably so. That's the thing that's why I don't see decay happening though. Not yet. I mean, I think decay will for sure happen at some point again. But Rosemary has a really robust, complicated storyline with a dozen other players right now. It just seems like too busy of a time for her character. And you know, with the inevitable return of Su Yung and James Mitchell, like the Undead Realm is bound to return. Like I just feel like there's a different direction entirely going than where Decay would fit in right now. And I'm okay with that. You know, like shoot, let's wait for Abyss to come back. I don't know how old he is and how realistic that is to say, but it'd be much cooler if we could wait till he comes back because you know he ain't gonna stay up north.
He's actually been helping Uncle Alan up north.
I know. I saw him on TV. I know, but come on, like he's an Impact guy. Yeah, everybody fled when they had to, but now that times are better again, we're going to see a lot of these people back, right? Maybe I'm just an optimist.
I would love to see him return someday as well to have one last run. I don't see it happening anytime soon, as long as they're using him in something that he's happy with at WWE, whether it being a producer / side character on TV with AJ, which is every great once in a while now, apparently. I look at it like this. At this Victory Road flashback, at the end of this match, after Abyss won the match and he pinned Tomko, Father James Mitchell appears at the top of the ramp and talks about something coming back and some hell, you know, Abyss having hell to pay or something's, you know, coming. And it's like, oh man, nice little nod to Father James Mitchell there. He's been sharing little things on social media lately.
Yep. Yeah.
He's absolutely coming back. I'm
100%.
Yeah, I believe he is. So whether it's something involving him, if Rosemary gets Crazy Steve involved, I'm good with all of it or any of it, honestly.
Yeah, same here. No matter which direction they go, I do think that Bound for Glory, the big story of the night is going to be that arc involving the Undead Realm. There's too many players coming back and involved. Honestly, after Susie's match with Deonna at Victory Road, I would prefer, and I've been saying this, but I'm really resolute now, I would prefer to see Susie stick around for even longer. The character development of Susie is amazing. Her wrestling style is different, like her vacantness, her lack of ring awareness, and then as she gets amped up, she gets more and better in the ring, and then eventually she hits panic switch sometimes. Like this has just been really great character stuff from Susie. I'm a huge Su Yung fan. I'm okay with keeping Susie for another few months though, if possible.
Oh yeah, and if it ties in with some wacky thing going on with Kylie, I'm fine with that too.
Same.
Keep that as far away from Rosemary as possible, even though I know eventually we'd like to see that down the road.
Yeah.
Because that was classic when it happened originally.
It was. I know you cited that entrance with all the brides as one of your favorites, and it really was. That was such a memorable moment for the Su Yung character, just an Impact, period.
Oh, hell yeah.
Such a good moment.
Su Yung in the Undead Bride version of Su Yung, where she came out with all of them, and the fog rolling in, the music. Awesome. Dude, and the camera work, how they went up the ramp, and it's all, it's just so well done. And it's a nod to like classic Taker stuff. And I mean that in the most, please don't take that as they ripped it off. Is that what you think? No. It's a compliment. It's a compliment to what they could do with a character and make it as cinematic looking as possible given the circumstances. I mean, it's even when they were doing that within the last couple of years, it was on a small stage in some of these smaller places, but they made it as big as possible.
Yeah.
And Su Yung is so good when she's coming down between her and Rosemary. What they do to put over that character, drawing you from your seat into the camera like, oh my God, this bitch is terrifying. Doesn't matter which one you're talking about. They both are.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the strength of the Knockouts division, and it's why it's the best women's division in the world. Like NXT is a work rate division, right? They have a great women's division. I'm not going to take anything away from that. But when you want to talk about the total package, bottom of the card, top of the card, characters, storylines, investment, history, talent, in-ring, the Knockouts are untouchable. And like Su Yung is such a good example of that. You couldn't pull Su Yung off properly in another promotion right now, I don't think. Like Impact has really done that character right. And kudos to them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, some places could put her on a bigger stage and give her like more fog and more lights or something like that. But dumb, man. I mean, the character was made. She helped make that character, and the brand built it up. So yeah, it's epic,
Yeah, it's classic Impact. Like I have a daughter, and she doesn't give two shits about wrestling. But when she sees Undead Realm shit, like when Kiara was still doing it and Allie was around, she's watched all that. She's watched up through. She even watches the matches if they're involved. Like that speaks volumes to me about how Impact can tell a story regardless of if the audience cares about wrestling or not. So I think that they just deserve all the credit in the world. Like I think Rosemary, now that Taker is retired, I think she's maybe the most well-developed character in wrestling anywhere on the planet.
Oh, absolutely. One of them. Absolutely. Is
one of them for sure.
Yeah. So, all right. So I want to open it up for any questions or topic discussions in the chat for a while. We'll go an hour and a half max for this one. We'll give it another 20 minutes or so. If anybody's got anything.
Yeah, because I got to hit the treehouse again.
Oh man. I'll race you there. No. All right. Critical Sting says, who on the current roster has had the best character arc since their debut? Oh man, character arc.
Bison answered it correctly already. It's Rosemary. I think that's the only acceptable answer.
He says Rosemary. Okay.
Yeah. Agreed.
Cano says Sin Bodhi, The Ascension, and Crazy Steve.
I don't know Sin Bodhi. Who's that?
He played Kazarni in the WWE years ago, and he's got a promotion out west, I believe in Vegas. He's kind of like a creepy clown kind of character.
Okay.
I'd say, honestly, one of my favorites to watch and watch him evolve in this brand over the last several years is a guy like, I'd say, Eddie Edwards. He went from in-ring technician to insane badass. So the guys, and it was by accident, total accident, by something crazy that it happened in the ring with him.
Yeah.
And Sami Callihan, and they played off of it, and it evolved him, turned it into a thing with Killer Cross did a thing with him, which went really well right towards the end of Killer Cross's run in Impact. Tommy Dreamer had a great storyline with Eddie Edwards. We've seen all these you know, like we've seen Eddie evolve through all these, get a little crazier, little like bad guy, like heel crazy, baby face crazy. Now he's just a badass. You know, he was short run world champ, but I'd say Eddie Edwards. It's
That's
been
a good
really
answer.
interesting.
Yeah, it's a solid answer. I mean, he's definitely the face of the company. I think of him and Rosemary as kind of like our solid rocks over the last few tumultuous years, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I will say this, though, as much as I enjoy, Eddie doesn't have a bad match. I mean, if I see his name on the card, I know I'm going to get a good to great match. But I feel like it's time for a gimmick change. This gimmick seems lost to me right now. Still, it's just, I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't have enough behind it. I think it doesn't have enough identity. Like I could see another gimmick for Eddie being helpful right now.
Well, there's so much, excuse me, there's so much going on in the company right now where some stuff kind of, you know, accidentally gets overshadowed a little, you know?
Yeah.
Where a character comes in or a storyline gets a little bigger. And that happens. And that's no one's fault. It's just the company's really evolving since Slammiversary, you know?
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind the last 2 months. What else we got, Jaybone?
I am looking in the chat. Let's see here. Do you think Impact should attempt to bring back British boot camp when they go back to the UK? Well, anything's possible, but we got to get to that point first.
Yeah,
so
one thing at a time.
Yeah, and let's get some people in the stands first, and that's probably not going to happen till early next year at the very earliest.
Yeah.
Maybe a year from now we'll get back overseas. You know, because travel's still really locked up right now. For
How about
these guys?
How about an OVW boot camp?
Well, they did the gut check thing.
Yeah.
It's just then that's got to evolve too. I know a lot of people are wondering where that new kid is, but you know, it's when you know he was given the opportunity. It's when he's ready, they'll bring him up. You know, it's not just boom, you're on TV. No, you've got to work to that point.
Well, and I don't remember the timeline. I don't know if you do, J-Bone, but when did gut check end and when did all this pandemic shit start? This started in mid-March. When did gut check end?
It was right around the same time.
Was it? So, I mean, yeah, the world's been upside down since that. So maybe that has just stalled a lot of those plans.
That didn't help either.
Yeah.
We got one here says, who do you think are the current pillars of Impact Wrestling right now? And who do you think will be in the future if they can sign those talents to long-term deals? Current pillars, I'd say guys like EY coming back to the company. He is absolutely a pillar. Tag division wise, I'd say guys like the Good Brothers, who are big names and constantly put over this brand. And that's not the poo-poo guys like the North. You got to throw North in that list too, because they have worked so hard. You know, knockouts. If you choose, like, I'd say Taya.
100%.
Yeah. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say Taya as well, obviously. So for sure, Taya, Rosemary. I think there's a lot in the women's division.
Sure, yeah, you could say that. You could say Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah.
You know?
The thing is, right now, Impact's calling card and what they're known for is the knockouts division. That being the case, I think you've got several people in that division that you don't want to let go. I didn't know a lot about Deonna before she showed up. Now I say throw all the fucking money at her to keep her. She is an incredible talent. Jesus. Keep her. Yeah, the North, you know, obviously pillars of the tag division. I do think we're looking at singles runs soon. And then the ones we talked about already, Eddie, Sammy.
Ethan is gold, and Josh is a maniac.
Well, and guys like Ethan are worth his weight in whatever you want to pay him for what he does on his own and on the side and brings eyes to the product in a different way.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with, I that's the purported value in Tennille. So they say as well. So I guess you've got that. And then same thing with Myers, right? You've got the Major Wrestling Figure Pod, which has a ton of listeners and eyes. So it depends on how they're building and what defines a pillar. But if you're looking to build this brand in the way that Impact historically has, which is globally through social media, virally, not spending a lot of money, then the pillars are guys like Ethan Page, that bring guys like Brian Myers, that's who you build around because they can continue to bring value back into the product.
Yeah.
But guys like Sami Callihan are also pillars because he can do anything. He will do anything. He's proven it before. He'll prove it again. Man, there's so many. Impact, the locker room is built of just so many good personalities and people who are here for the right reasons right now. For a fan base that's suffered for years, we're in a better position than any other wrestling fan base out there right now. And I absolutely believe that.
It's a very exciting time. Absolutely.
It is.
Hakeem Fullerton says, if you were to create a faction out of a few names within the Knockouts division, who would be in the faction and why? I would personally, and I was thinking about this when we were talking about the Knockouts earlier, when Trent was on, something popped in my head because I'm like, okay, so we're doing this wedding thing, and where do you go with some of this stuff in the end? Me personally, I would take, because obviously something's going to go down in the undead realm with Rosemary and her new beau. God, I hate using terms like that. I'm so old. Does anybody even say that anymore? I don't know.
No.
No.
Sorry, Jaybone.
Okay.
Sorry, Jaybone. We love you anyways. It's all right.
That's so 20 years ago. God, you're so old. I'd say, stuff's going on with Rosemary, so I don't know what's going to happen with her and Bravo, her new soon-to-be dead hubby, I think. But
likely,
I'd say, because they're getting involved slowly with this whole Havoc and Nevaeh thing, I would put Taya Valkyrie in a position of leadership in a faction. No clue what you'd call it. But I would make Nevaeh and Havoc like the muscle for Taya. And I think those three women together would just be devastating in the Knockouts division. That's the first one I would make. I mean, because there's all these tag teams going on, and I don't think it's guaranteed that Rosemary and Taya are going to stick together as a tag team if they do reintroduce these tag belts.
They have to. There's no way we don't get tag belts for the Knockouts division at some point. Like, to answer this question in one fell swoop and kind of dovetail off this, I think that putting Kimber with Deanna has been wonderful. Has worked out really well for both of them.
That's been money.
Yeah, I'd add a tag team there for your classic faction, your mid card, your heavyweight, currently the world champion, and then your tag team. I'd bring a tag team in. We got all this RVD money in the company now that's sitting around to re-sign and bring people in. Bring in a tag team. Perfect.
Well, they need to do something with some of the tag teams that have been around for a while first. Like, unfortunately,
my problem there is if you put an existing tag team with them, how many knockouts do we have right now? Like 14 or something? You kind of thin the division out that way if you put too many of them together without bringing more in my opinion.
Oh, you mean just knockouts wise?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like more men's tag teams.
No,
like,
no. For the faction question.
Okay.
The knockouts faction.
Yeah. I don't know who, because I'm not too big on like indie women's names. I've seen a bunch out there, but I don't know who shines more. And I mean, it's all
not me neither.
Subjective, really. But
Dark Alicia, I love that idea. Whoever said that, alter ego, Dark Alicia. Sorry, in the chat, I'm completely down with that. Let's do it.
Oh, that's interesting. I think she's capable of doing it too. I mean, we saw what she's done over the last year with Eddie and like reacting off of him. And I'd say over time, it's slowly gotten better.
Yes.
I think she also shined in Wrestle House. In fact, I think several people shined in Wrestle House when given, and it's just like little things, little short segments, the opportunity to grow, grow your charisma, perfect opportunity. Dark Alicia. Yeah, that's interesting.
I love that idea. We need another. They're keeping Wrestle House was great because it got a storyline for so many people at once, and they've kept that going with the wedding to a certain degree, including bringing in some more people. But we need another escape like that. This pandemic is going to go on for the foreseeable future. Impact isn't even talking about crowds for, at least till next year. We need another escape. Cinematic matches. I think one thing that I feel like I've learned personally is I loved cinematic matches prior to the pandemic. Now I still like them, but it's kind of like there's too many. So something else would be nice. And Wrestle House is that thing. It was before, and now they need to do something else like that, I think.
Let's see. Which Impact storylines this week engaged you the most? For me, it's Brian Myers' viciousness on display and Heath's contract status. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Heath coming into this brand and getting a fresh start. So, some of it's been, I should say a good chunk of it has been, pretty goofy. And I'm okay with that. He does that well. But I think at some point, and it's already kind of slowly happening, it's hard not to, chuckle at Scott D'Amore, though, behind the desk, trying to be all serious with his paperwork, and then he just starts throwing shit. It's like, oh my God.
That was a money segment.
That was. I'm really having fun watching this tag team division explode into something like really big leading up to Bound for Glory. That's one thing that always fascinated me as a kid was, watching stuff like the Hart Foundation and the, versus the Bumblebees and shit like that. Road Warriors, Demolition, whatever, kind of like high flying tag teams or big monster guys. And that's a great thing about our tag division. It's got a little bit of everything now. You got the classic technical / high flying of the Motor City Machine Guns coming in and flipping the division on its head. You've got the workhorses like the North. You've got you've got a great mixed tag team of Carl Anderson and Gallows with the Good Brothers. You got some muscle and you got some. I'm not sure what style you call Carl Anderson. He's a little bit of everything from what I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the whole division just rocks right now. You can do so much with it, and I wish they could throw more guys in this event, but obviously it would get a little too chaotic. But
yeah, 8's about my limit. Once you get to 10, 12-man matches, it just becomes too much chaos and spot calling, I think, at some point, and it breaks down real fast.
Yeah.
8's about it. I'm with you on the storyline, though. Heath, I have a totally different vantage point than you. I had no background and no history with this dude, and he has been just great since showing up. He's the funniest segment every week. Dude's got a ton of personality, and I love that twist with Scott. Scott being the authority figure is wonderful. Love it. That was a twist I didn't see coming at all. That's so rare these days. So I appreciate the storytelling with Heath. It's good stuff.
Yeah, like I think a lot of people just assumed that it was going to be like a done deal. Like, all right, here's your paperwork.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're in. And it went like weird and dark. Like, wait, what's going on? Just
it turned on a dime just like that, Shout out to Heath's WWE tan when he hits those ropes, man. Whoo, he looks like a zebra on the back, just perfectly striped down. But anyways, yeah, Heath's been awesome. I love him. Bring in more of that stuff.
That is funny. All right, who has been the best free agent to appear in Impact in 2020, and who, if any, has been the worst? Oh, I don't know if it's been the worst. I think everybody's brought something.
Yeah.
something different.
Best is easy. Best is EY. I think EY's just been money.
Yeah, I think I gotta agree with you, dude. Just he's such a strong presence and has such a great history with the company.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just that he came from a bigger company and now he's a workhorse. It's because this is his home.
Yes.
You know? And for a lot of these new guys, it's a brand new home. And so it's even more intriguing to see where they're going to go with it. You know, I don't need answers 5 minutes. So many people are like, oh, come on. We want this shit 5 minutes ago. What are you doing with these guys? No, just, I've said this so often and I'll say it again, you know, bear repeating it. Some of these guys were in the WWE for 10 to 15 years on and off. Give them a chance to grow as a new person and just let them have fun with it and take their time with it week after week and just wait and see what happens. You know, that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, I'm glad EY came back. He has just been, to me, that was an easy answer. I see Deanna in the chat, which I'm not going to lie. Kylie's been awesome. They've all been good. Heath is surprised. Myers, I'm loving the shit out of. I didn't know him at all. I love his approach and his angle and his gimmick. I love his interaction with Tommy and the long-term storytelling that ties into their real lives. But EY, so before, to me, again, I was pretty vocal about the heavyweight division having shitty runs since Johnny. It's a circumstantial and, you know, whatever. But EY showed up in the heavyweight division feels different. It feels legitimate. I love that on the Bound for Glory trailers, it's just EY. He seems like a champ. The belt should always main event. The champ should always be the focus. And EY is that guy. And he seems like that guy. I mean, goddamn, the guy's finisher is a pile driver. He's like classic champion. I love EY. Everything he's done since he's come back. And I didn't know him that well because the bulk of his career was when I wasn't watching wrestling. I only knew his comedy stuff when he was Knockouts tag champ is when I really saw his work. So to me, this has been shocking and refreshing. And I love Eric Young and he's fantastic.
He did something similar right during his exit when he kind of exited Impact. And then he was in Global Force Wrestling for a very short period before he went off to WWE. But it was like a mad maniac, pissed off, you know, honey badger. I don't know.
The worst is him. I don't even know if I can pick a worst, honestly, of the free agent signings. They've all been good. No one's been a flop.
There's been different storyline courses to every single one. I know one we've been a little critical of is EC3.
Yeah.
But he's one of those guys that in the long run can certainly bring the most. And I'm willing to wait for it just because it's not like he's the only one that showed up and we're like all dying to see what that one person did that showed up at Slammiversary. No, we got new knockouts. We got new tag teams. We got other new independent stars. We got a whole new gamut of folks. Yeah. So look, I'm enjoying everybody and everyone's doing something a little different at a different pace. You know, like EY came in, flipped the whole company on his head. Boom. He's champ within a few weeks. Deanna's a new champ. You got the returning veterans like Motor City Machine Guns making, you know, veteran teams of this brand now that were champs for a year, like the North, work their hardest. You know, everybody's doing something and bringing something different at their own pace.
Yeah, agreed. It's just been a round of good signings. I mean, going back to last year, somebody, Critical Sting maybe mentioned Bay, who I wasn't high on at first. And it took me months to warm up to Bay. Yeah. Months. Yeah. But, you know, here we are. Now I like him.
Oh, yeah. The guy, he's the whole X division is, they've all brought something different. The veteran of TJP, someone new like Chris Bay, who's proved himself and he can like really shock us and bring something positive. And then you've got an in-ring veteran like Rohit that finally is given the chance to shine and do his thing. And it's so just so much fun to watch because the fact that he's getting this, he's been there in the company since 2017. We have no clue what he's going to bring because we haven't seen this side of him before, you know?
Yeah.
So, all right, one last. We got a surprise here. All right, let him in.
2 more hours.
Oh dear Lord!
Whoa!
And he shows up bringing the heat, baby.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Kalon?
Are you okay, KL?
Trent, you look different.
Better, right?
Oh, you finally cut that hair. You finally listened to me, Trent, and you cut the beard. Beautiful.
He did. He shaved his head. He looks just like me now.
Kyle's chilling. He's on that syrup. Oh no, he's on that OE.
Peanut butter whiskey, and that is Peanut Butter Falcon. You guys ever watch Peanut Butter Falcon? Doing a live review here of a movie. It's professional wrestling related as well.
Perfect.
Shia LaBeouf
Yeah.
and this guy are on the run together, and the one guy wants to become a professional wrestler, and that's where we're at right now.
Peanut butter whiskey sounds absolutely disgusting.
That doesn't sound great.
Well, it's
straight from the
delicious, Jaybone. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Straight from the mothership too. Like no bones tonight. We're going all out.
We got any tribe members in here? Any chat members? It's a lonely Sunday. What's going on?
Oh no, it's loaded. All the guys are in here. Hakeem's in here. Critical's in here. Elijah. I was just about to do one last question before we close this one out. So
we ain't closing shit. You know what, Mark? Mark, what do we say? Every day is like Sunday, right?
That's right.
Doesn't understand, but every day is like Sunday.
That's right. That's right. I tell you what, if you want to go after dark, Hale, I'm going to head outside to the treehouse for a bit after this. So
we're after dark always. This whole show is always after dark. By the way,
that's true. It's too late. It's too late for my old ass.
I been on the show like a month ago. I don't even know.
It was about 6 months ago, I think.
About 6 months. Well,
no, it was you popped in on Tuesday, motherfucker.
The spirit, the energy of KL is still alive and well. They still love it.
Hey,
I'm just testing to see like how drunk he is.
I'm telling you, man, it's syrup too. He's got the scissor in there.
You guys want to hear some shit? Oh,
of course.
Of course. Trent, what the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Trent.
Wait, there he is.
Are you there? Are you there, KL?
Trent comes to New York and doesn't call me. Isn't that fucked up? Guys, in my city and doesn't call me.
Dude, Jaybone, you got to run shots fired right now. You got to run shots fired right now. The long version. The long version.
All right, hang on. Let's see where it is.
Here we go.
It's right.
Trent.
Here we go. It's so long.
And he's gone. Look, it completely killed him. All right, last question before he comes back. Jiminy Christmas, he's so fucking tanked. Do you think Impact should bring a hardcore belt, or what about call it the Impact non-stop title? Oh, you're trying to bring the TNI flavor into it. I see what you're doing. But make it an MMA title featuring Ken Shamrock. Do you think Sami Callihan can be a good booker for Impact? Wow, that's got a lot of different chapters there.
Me no gusta says critical sting.
Well, they already got the X Division like no limits thing.
I'd rather see a mid card.
Yeah, maybe a mid card, not necessarily a hardcore, because then you're just risking like there's so many people getting banged up and fucked up. And look, I'm not gonna name the brand, but they lost 6 people within this last week.
Oh man.
Somebody got a broken jaw in like 5 places or some shit. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
No match is worth that. That was a great match, but Jesus, like, let's try a little safety.
Well, yeah, it's like you don't have to destroy. We don't gotta go like nuclear Japan here. It's like, my God, I mean, just have a good wrestler. What happened to just having a good match?
Absolutely.
You don't gotta take the guy's head off.
Yeah, if I wanted to watch like King of the Death match between Funk and Foley, I'd go back and watch King of the Death match between Funk and Foley. I don't want to see guys out there breaking their jaw in 5 places. You know, that's not my thing.
Like when you got guys like, Tommy Dreamer out there doing the old school thing once in a while, I'm good with that. Or sometimes Eddie loses his shit and starts, throwing chairs or whatever. I'm fine with that. I don't need a ton of hardcore. I like hardcore. I like a good table spot. But it doesn't have to be like a feature on a brand, in my opinion. I'd like to, we've really gotten away with that safety wise over the last 20 years slowly. And I'd like to see it stay that way. Like once in a while, fine. But
man, I do want to mention, I saw a clip of Jake something this weekend deliver an unprotected chair shot to someone on their knees. And holy crap, I thought we didn't do that anymore. That's I thought we were past that. Just relevant to the conversation, man.
Some people on the indies don't care. Like, and there was someone we just saw in AAW.
Oh, I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I'm only about halfway through, so I don't know if I've seen the spot.
I won't spoil it for you then. But yeah, I mean, there's some people that just, they bring it 1,000% and they don't care, and it's like, but that shortens careers. So.
Yeah, well, we got to leave on a more positive note than shortened career, so we got to take one more question, Jaybone.
All right, quick. Let's see.
What do we got?
Armand says, what company lost 6 people? That's a slight exaggeration, but if you see the results of any other big companies, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that main event like put 2 guys on the shelf for who knows how long.
That whole episode put like at least 3+ people on the shelf. It's like no, then you're doing something wrong. It's like you wonder, you're trying to get more people by doing this. Well, guess what? You just lost a good chunk of your roster. Now what are you going to do? Wrong time to lose a good chunk of your roster.
Yeah, that was like Hard to Kill weekend PTSD, where we lost like everybody in one weekend. And then Cage left the company.
I'm looking here in the chat. I'm not seeing
Bison,
anything.
we are with you. I'm totally with you for Xplosion. Apparently they're going to be making some improvements to Xplosion following Bound for Glory. So let's cross our fingers and hope that it's an all knockout show.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's all like been evolving slowly. I love the fact that Penzer has brought something a little different to it.
Yeah. Nothing against Josh, but Around the Ring was a throwaway before. Now I look forward to it every week.
Well, yeah, and he's evolved it too. It's like, I hope they can continue to change it up and bring something a little different here and there. It doesn't have to be the same all the time. It's all good. So, all right, I'm not seeing anything. We can wrap this up. We went over an hour and a half. We had a solid show. We covered news. We covered Xplosion. We were very interactive with the chat. I call that a full show.
Yeah.
Any final?
Bison was here. Great to see Bison. I never see Bison because, it's like some ungodly hour of the morning.
Right.
It's like 4 or 5 in the morning, depending on where he's at. So.
Good to see you here, Bison. Bison and Joe just put out some new content on the channel as well.
Good stuff.
Within the last week, great to see Joe back. Great to see the team TNI UK back together again.
Yeah. Give them a listen. Really, really good stuff. I like the new format. Big fan.
Yeah, they're working hard. That's evolving too. It's our whole brand's always constantly evolving. Look, we got people showing up drunk, drinking peanut butter shakes or whatever the fuck they was drinking. I don't know what the hell.
It was nice to see Kyle. We haven't seen him in a while.
Yes, it was great to see Kyle. Dear Lord. We'll say a prayer. We'll say a prayer for him too. He needs Jesus. We usually have Bill doing final thoughts. Mark, do you have any final thoughts?
No, other than, thank you so much for having me again. I'm glad I could be here to fill in for the traveling crew. It looks like I'll be joining you guys on Thursday, so I'll be back for that. That'll be exciting. Please join. I look forward to seeing everybody again. Mark at Two Tile World Order. Actually, it's just WO.
There you go. And you can follow the see, Trent is so much better at all this promotional BS and stuff. You can follow the brand Total Nonstop Impact on YouTube, Twitch, all audio formats, including the new what is it? There's a new Amazon podcast. There's new Pandora. There's something in India. We're on too. The brand's just slowly growing, and it's great to see everybody hitting it on all different formats. No matter where you're watching us from, no matter where you're listening to us from, we love you and we appreciate you coming along on this ride. It's been crazy awesome.
Pro Wrestling Tees.
Oh, yeah. There's the sale's over.
That's okay. The shirts are still available.
We can still, yes. It's not like you can't get the shirts. We are available on Pro Wrestling Tees at Total Nonstop Impact. Go get yourself some hot merch. I'm unfortunately not wearing any merch right now, but I'm sure somebody will later this week, and you can check it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let's see, if we go like this and go, oh, that didn't work. Nope, that didn't. Nope. I was trying to make your side bigger. Oh, there it goes.
There we go.
Hey, see there's a shirt right there. That's a great example of one of them. All right, so we close this out.
All right.
And don't forget I'll throw a little nod from my channel in, seeing as I'm leading things here. Don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. No matter what you're watching, whether it's TNI or Smash This Podcast or whatever, give it all a follow. We'll see you guys on Tuesday for the watch along, the Twitch exclusive watch along, where we watch the new episode of Impact Wrestling. And there we are, right on the side of the screen. You can see us react to everything live as well, and then the review right afterwards. So we'll see you guys then. Mark, you're scaring me. Oh, God.
AC, baby.
See that this I knew that was going to be a bad choice for the cover, because it just turned Mark into a maniac. All right, folks, we're out of here. We'll see you Tuesday.
All right.
Remind me the name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The walking weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals. And you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah.